Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and welcome back to another subscriber replay video. We're going to have a pair of games from Wolfwin again. In this one, can you tell who it was who sent me a bunch of patch 1.10 replays, by the way? Anyway, Wolfwin here is in a tier 6 platoon. We've got a KV2, a D150, and Wolfwin here is in his Britannia Panther. And this is the main reason I wanted to show this game, to be honest, because I have not showcased this tank before. It's essentially, I believe it's in the French tech tree, well, not in the tech tree, but I believe it's a French tier 6 premium medium tank. And it's essentially a premium version of the tier 6 German medium tank, the VK3002M. Now a lot of people are kind of quite, I don't know if excited is the right word, but they were quite pleased when Wargaming introduced, you know, things like this tank. We've got Heavy Tank number 6, Tiger 131, well, the VK3002M itself. You know, basically tier 6 versions of the Panther and the Tiger tank, because they say, well, the Panther and the Tiger tank fit more at tier 6. These are more historical versions of the machines, rather than the not as historical versions that we have at tier 7, with some rather upgunning going on. And that's fair enough, and I can certainly see their point, but I must admit, personally, I find the tier 6 versions of these tanks, so the VK3002M, and by extension I suppose this tank, though I've not had the pleasure of playing it, plus the tier 6 Tigers, like Heavy Tanks number 6 and whatnot, I personally find them very underwhelming, mediocre, not much special going on, if I'm going to be honest. Anyway, that's just my personal preference. Let's actually have a look at the game and see what's going on. Well, aptly enough, I suppose, Wolfwin here finds himself on the Berlin map. This is not my favourite map in the game by a long stretch of the imagination. Now, Wolfwin there was engaging an IS at some range, and he switched to APCR to try and penetrate the guy. If you switch to APCR, you go from having 150 to 194 millimeters of penetration. The problem Wolfwin was having was that he just wasn't hitting the Commander's Cupola flat on, as far as I can see. In fact, I'm actually surprised more of those shots that he did take at the IS, given where they were hitting. I'm actually surprised more of them didn't penetrate. And actually, you can see here, we appear to have a replay bug, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what fun. Because you can see here, so this means more of those shots did penetrate the IS than I was thinking. You can see here Wolfwin's actually done 1126 damage, but unfortunately the hit point bars of the enemy Tinky Tonks are not changing. So you're going to have to bear that in mind. That's a new one on me. I have not seen that replay bug before. So essentially we're not going to know what hit points the enemy are necessarily. Looks like that Cromwell's taking damage though. Oh no, maybe not. Oh well, never mind. I'm assuming this is a replay bug anyway. I would have thought so. But either way, Wolfwin is going along here and he is happily murdering peeps. This is a tier 7 game, by the way. Now Wolfwin, ooh, T150. Wolfwin could get himself in a position to track that Cromwell and do damage at the same time. The problem with doing that, of course, is it would expose him to the T150, and understandably he's less keen on that prospect, but as it is, he's taking damage from the guy anyway, so I'm not really sure there'd be that much lost. And this Cromwell is actually dead, but we have the pleasure of seeing the Cromwell's hull still there, which is a bit weird. Go figure. Anyway, Wolfwin is just blitzing through. The T150 is also dead. Wolfwin managed to deal with him. And the scoreline is 10-5. This is not a particularly long game, it would seem. Some damage there on, what is that? Is that the 40 TP? Is that the Polish tier 6 medium tank? Oh yeah, it's got the medium tank thingy over it. It must be a medium tank. I is clever, I is. And Wolfwin manages to pick up some damage on him. He's up to 3 kills, by the way, and this is not a long game. So we've just got artillery, who's probably over to our right. In fact, we've seen the SU already. And there's a Super Hellcat and an SU-100Y somewhere as well. Can we finish off artillery? Come on, Wolfwin. Come on, me old mucker. There we go. And RT finishes off the SU, so he is done. And that just leaves the GW Panther, a Super Hellcat, and an SU-100Y. Now, where could they be? Now, the GW Panther is not the slowest artillery piece in the world, so it's entirely possible that guy has relocated, I suppose. Or maybe he's still there. I mean, that's also an option. Oh, takes a hit there, leaving Wolfwin on 10 hit points, but he does pick up the RT kill, which is always nice. Just the 2 tank destroyers remaining then. And I reckon those guys are probably over, heading towards Wolfwin's team's artillery, but it doesn't really matter because it looks like, I was about to say, it looks like there's a couple of medium tanks who are intent on capping out, but as it is, maybe not. Then again, I say that. I say they're probably going for friendly artillery. I mean, this bit of the map on the enemy side of the field, I can do English. They've not really gone down hit yet, and there we go. The SU-100Y has been spotted over on the far side. There's the Hellcat. Can Wolfwin pick up some more damage without going splat? Oh, hello, Mr. Hellcat. Yes, 149. Oh, gosh darn it. And there we go. Wolfwin unfortunately dies to the SU-100Y. He is actually dead there. I don't know why the tank hull is still visible. Yay! Coding! Woo! Anyway. As it turns out, the P-43 Ter and the Cheeto decide that they do have to cap this game out. They can't possibly let the SU-100Y pull that game back and get himself an Uber Kolobanovs. That is too much of a risk to take, and yeah, that's the game. Let's have a look at the post-game stats. So there we go, a nice quick one for you to kick off with, and that's a lot of money for a tier 6. Anyway, Ace Tanker, Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect, and a high caliber medal there. Finishing top of his team by damage done, or by kills. 1,454 base experience, very tasty result for a tier 6. Very nicely done. Shout out should go to the friendly artillery in the Crusader SP. Seems he had a pretty good amount of damage done for an artillery piece in that game. And, you know, it just ended up being a good result for Wolfwin, especially when you consider it was a tier 7 match, so it's not like it was top tier or anything. Commiserations to the enemy Super Hellcat and their artillery, of all things, as they seem to be about the only people capable on their team of doing any damage. That was a bit of a one-sided ruffle stomp, let's be honest. Out of curiosity, the P-43 and the Cheeto, who capped, how did they do? Well, the P-43, to be fair to him, did some damage, got some spotting and whatnot. The Cheeto contributed about as much to his team as a damp paper bag, so they had to cap. Anyway, this screen is a little bit derpy. 34 shots fired, 29 hits, 20 pens. Fine. 2,500 damage. Fine. Most of it from relatively close range. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 destroyed, 718 assistance damage. That's all fine. 2 kilometers travelled. And then, for some reason, What Replays thinks that the amount of credits received plus the personal reserve bonus, and that's not the personal reserve bonus. Well, no, it could be, sorry, and then doesn't include the premium account bonus, and it all starts getting a bit weird. Anyway, the point is, it was a lot of XP and a lot of credits, due in no small part to the fact that he was using a personal reserve, so nice one. Let's go and have a look at the second game, and hopefully that won't be a replay bug. So, another one of Wolfwin's games for you. We're still at tier 6, and in another machine that I have not showcased before, I don't believe. This is the Firefly VC. It's basically a premium version of the British tier 6 medium tank, the Sherman Firefly. Go figure. Not entirely sure what that was all about. Maybe this was taken just after the team damage thingy was removed. I don't know. Anyway, so we're here in a tier 7 match again. We're on Lakeville, and we're going to see if we get the same replay bugs. I'm assuming not, because the previous replay file, I actually had some difficulty physically running it. It crashed quite a lot. So I'm thinking that specific replay file, for some reason, is just balked. But we'll see. We'll see. So, AMX12T, and no, we're going to have exactly the same problem. Oh well, you'll just have to put up with it for this video, and I'll see if I can, I guess, fix it for a subsequent one. Anyway, some damage there on the AMX-12T, a nice hit for 135 damage. And Wolfwind is pushing into the town here. Now, this is a tier 7 match, but interestingly, if you look at the tier 7s that are available, although Wolfwind's team have a heavy tank, the enemy team don't, at least among the tier 7s. So, the friendly team have an IS, who, as it turns out, has actually gone into the valley because raisins. And the friendly team here well, they did have a challenger, but he's already dead. Somehow. Did he go into the valley? He must have done, because the OI killed him. Lordy. Oh, and Wolfwind platoon mate in the FV just went down. Oh, this is a bizarre game. Alright, AMX, yeah, have some damages. Well, some critical hits rather than some actual damages, I suppose, but whatever. Can we do some actual damage to this guy? There we go. 146. Yeah, and pick up the kill on the AMX 1375. Trust me, that guy is dead. You're just going to have to get used to it for this game. It's a bit weird. Oh, shot in the face from a Hellcat. Shot to the face. But you know, I should take this seriously. Anyway. Sorry. Oh, and there's a T-3485M who's unspotted, or currently unspotted. But it's just, the way this game's going is a little bit odd. So, like I said, Wolfwind's team have the kind of advantage that they have a top tier heavy tank who can drive into the town and do heavy tank things, but he didn't go into the town. He actually went over into the Valley of Destiny and Good Fortune. But the enemy Churchill 7 did come over to the town. Tier 6 heavy tank, but the friendly OI, their tier 6 heavy tank, didn't. He went over to the valley, and the Churchill didn't actually have many people come with him. This is a very weird game, I'm gonna be honest. Anyway, Wolfwind's taking advantage of the fact that the Churchill's layout is a bit weird. The tracks there have hull behind them and it all gets odd, and it's pretty easy to track a Churchill and do damage to it at the same time. So Wolfwind does damage to the Churchill and is able to pick up some assistance as he's doing it. So he actually, from tracking on the Churchill and on the AMX light tank earlier on, who for some reason came into the city, I'm not really sure why. I mean, I guess you could make it work, but maybe not on your own there, but regardless. So he has actually picked up some assistance damage as he's been playing. Slitzvang over here as well. That T-3485M is actually dead, which is why Wolfwind's not paying him any heed. It's Wolfwind's not blind. Ooh, shot there on the FV, and that tracks the guy, and he is done. Wolfwind's doing well with the tracking shots here. Very well indeed. Anyway. Scoreline's 5-3, so this is not, by the look of it, going to be quite as one-sided as the previous affair. So, Hell Kitty, oh, that was a lovely shot. There we go, actually kills the Hellcat there, which is nice, and now, hello Mr. T-34, how are you today? But, oh, missed that, really? Sitting bump shot on an SU-122-44. We definitely want to track Stalin's hammer there and make sure he can get really nastily worked over. And there's the kill on the SU. Scoreline is 7-4. So, what have we got? AMX-12T over there. Slitzvang 74. No dice. T-3485, VK, KV-1S, VK, OI. Now, the friendly team is pushing into these guys, and actually it's at this point that those allies who went into the valley could probably do with maybe pushing up a little bit, because a lot of the enemy team here are going to be distracted. Oh, that's an unlucky bounce. The 17-pounder here, by the way, gets 171 penetration with his standard AP round, so you would have expected that to pen, but, you know, you can always get funky bounces off of weird angles, so it is what it is. Now, to be fair and to give credit to the enemy team where credit is due, although positionally they are looking a little bit dicey and they are surrounded, they are putting up a bit of a stiff fight here. They do know where most of the bad guys from their perspective are going to be coming from, of course, and I think the Allied team is getting perhaps a little enthusiastic, and the enemy team has actually levelled this up at 7 kills apiece. Having a go at that VK, but you really don't want to get hit by that guy, never mind the Churchills killed him. Trying to do something about that T-34. Just taking blind shots at the fellow now. No joy. Stilitzvang, he's on fairly low health. The friendly team are keeping a numerical advantage, but it's quite a fragile numerical advantage, unfortunately. Now, it's quite difficult to know what health all these guys are on, because, like I say, the hit points are being a bit funky. And I don't know if that applies to the Allied tanks as well. But either way, something like a Super Hellcat is a pretty fragile tank. You don't really want to be... Oh god, there are bad guys. Pushing with it. Oh, no one needs an AMX-12T into their side, but he is dead. And that's actually Wolfwind's Top Gun, by the way. Ooh, hello, Mr. Stritzvang. You can become kill number 7. And just like that, Wolfwind goes on a little bit of a murder spree. And the scoreline suddenly becomes 12-7. VK... Come on. There's only the 2 of them left. If you can pick up at least one of these kills, that's a Radley Walters medal. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. The OI is dead, and that just leaves this VK over to the side. Oh, he's a little bit outmatched, and it looks like he might even be stock. The poor little sausage, and Wolfwind, just to add insult to injury, actually kills him as well, and then has a bit of a skits fit with the camera, and I'm just going to leave that there because it will give me a headache. So... possibly make me feel ill. There we go. A nice result there in the end from Wolfwind. But it got close at one point as the enemies pushed in. That could have gone badly wrong. You'll notice during all that time while Wolfwind went from the base, pushed round through the town, all the way round down the valley from the other side, the guys on the friendly team, the OI and the IS who pushed down the valley, never made it further than F2. I'll let that speak for itself. Anyway, let's have a look at the post-game stats. So that ended up being enough for an Ace Tanker, Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Radley Walters medal, a Lava Schleio's medal for picking up kills on tanks that are a higher tier than you in your medium tank, and of course if you've got Radley Walters medal that's going to be a Top Gun. Interestingly, it seems that is Wolfwind's first Radley Walters medal, despite the fact that he already had a Pools medal for 10 or more kills. So... that's a thing, I guess. Anyway, 2,385 damage done, 9 kills, 1,456 base experience. And I promise I am not salty about the fact that he has a Pools medal. It's not like I've got something like 10 Radley Walters medals and still don't have a Pools or anything. No, 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 no. Not salty in the slightest. Anyway, 42 shots fired, 28 hits, 22 pens for that damage count. Like 11 enemies damaged, 9 of them killed, 807 assistance damage, 2 kilometers travelled, and a nice profit. Although again, what replays being a little bit derpy when it comes to credit addition and premium accounts. So there we go. A couple of replays for you there in Tier 6 premium medium tanks courtesy of Wolfwind. I hope you guys enjoyed. Possibly, if you did, by all means feel free to catch some of my other replays and or subscribe to my channel. And as ever, I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao, ciao.